the Lord of the Black Land come forth!
I wonder if they'll open the gates and let us in. The gates are opening.
No! Silence.
Sure hope a bunch of orcs don't pour out of there. Well, it looks like maybe they're working on part of the Erie Canalway Trail here. All right, we're at Lock 18 in town of German Flats, just in time for a Erie Canal cruise ship to come by. They just raised the water level in the lock. Now the boat can pass through, and they'll close the doors, lower the level, and open these gates on this side, and the boat can continue eastward.
The top of these lock walls are about 12 feet thick, but the bottom are actually 45 feet thick.
And now the lock master is lowering the water in the lock, and when it's even with the rest of the river, he'll open the gates. So I'll head over to the other side and we can see the water gushing out. This section was all iced up when I walked it in January. Now we're on the east side of the gate. The water's pouring out. Looks pretty neat. We have instant rapids here. Now the water is calming down already, so the lock is almost empty. And when the lock and the water out here is even, the gates will open and the boat can proceed on its way. It's as if I'm standing before the black gates of Mordor. The gates are opening. Sure hope a bunch of orcs don't pour out of there. And there's a view of the lock chamber from inside. The west gate over there is closed. Water level is lowered, and now the boat can proceed on its merry way. They'll head east to Lock 17 in Little Falls. So these are my first steps on this section of the trail, plus the trail near Fort Herkimer. I've never walked that section either, so we'll do them both today. It should be about almost a 4-mile walk one way. Boy, this was one beautiful stretch of walking trail. It was worth the wait. Now we're on the new stretch of trail here. But when I complete it and come back, I have some news about another portion of the trail. So that'll be at the end of this video. I walked part of the canal trail further east, beyond Little Falls near General Herkimer home. And there you're in a lot of woods a long time. But this, you're right on the water. It's really nice. There goes the Erie Canal cruise boat again. It's either a different boat or the other one turned around in the river and came back. You know, I always forget something when I go on these walks, and I just realized I forgot my pedometer, so I don't know how many exact steps and miles I've walked. The Erie Canalway Trail runs from Albany to Buffalo, New York, about 360 miles. Last I read, it was maybe 75 to 80% complete, and they've been filling in the gaps year after year, so we're getting close to completion. So it's relatively flat for walking, biking. Okay, I had to stop and remove my outer layer. It's starting to get a little warm out here now. That's fine with me for late September. More bales of hay way in the background. I hope I don't jinx myself, but I did bring bug spray, but I haven't put it on yet. So it's been nice and pretty non-buggy around here. Well, we are 4 days away from autumn. That starts September 23rd. So right now the sun's rising slightly in the northeast and setting in the northwest, but on first day of autumn it'll set right in the east or rise in the east and set in the west. And then it goes further south, and you know what that means. Winter's on its way. Hopefully it'll be a mild one this year, but I wouldn't bet on it. Okay, we're approaching a little bridge up here. Oh, sorry. See you there. And we've made it to Fort Herkimer Church. We're in the back part of it. See the church over there to my left in the cemetery. Now, in one of my previous videos, I walked by General Nicholas Herkimer's home in Danube, New York. He was a Revolutionary War hero, and he is buried there, but I believe his father is buried in this cemetery, so we'll check it out, see if we can find the gravestone. Here's a sign in front. I came from the back way, the trail's behind the church. Here's the Fort Herkimer Church. This was a church and a fort, I believe, during the Revolutionary War. I'll link a video in the description below. It'll tell you more about it. I'm not a historian, I'm not too familiar with all the details. But we'll go inside the cemetery and check it out. Well, I couldn't find the gravestone I was looking for, but I think it's mentioned in the video that I'll link. So in the meantime, we're going back on the trail and make our way to the Village of Herkimer. Here's a nice pavilion to rest or have a little picnic. Alright, according to this sign, we've walked 1.9 miles from Lock 18, and we have 2.1 more miles to get to the Village of Herkimer, where this section of the trail will end. Then you have to go back on the highway, I believe, to hook up with the next part. I'm not exactly sure where that is. So together we got 4 miles total we're walking today. Alright, we came that way from the right, and now we're continuing left this way. Here we go. Here we curve around this way, and then curve around that way. I'm sure we'll get another view of the river pretty soon. If you get tired and need a little break, there's a nice bench. Uh-oh, not again. Here's another pretty stretch of the trail. They've all been pretty nice today. Well, those sunflowers are doing a great job today because, you know, we got a lot of sunshine. Alright, we got some boat action coming up. Keep your eyes open. From Canada, hey! And now we resume our trail walking. Well, I'm having a nice walk today, but there's not too much to talk about. This part of the trail, and the weather today just makes it a good thinking day. So I'll give you a little writing information. I'm currently working on a new novel. I'm about halfway through. Right now there's 21 or 22 chapters outlined. I'm on chapter 11. I may combine two chapters into one, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll have the first draft done by the end of this year, maybe, if I write fast enough. But we'll see. Other than that, I'm just doing a lot of thinking on this trail and enjoying the weather. So, back to walking. And there's a second bridge in the distance. That's, I believe, is a New York State Throughway bridge. Okay, we're at the official end of the trail, but the side trail goes a little farther under the bridge. But over there, you got to go off the trail and back on the highway. I don't know where this goes, but
maybe it goes over.
It probably just goes to woods and then that's it. Well, this is the end of this trail. This is not part of the official Canalway Trail. Just goes to the woods. And at this point, I will turn around and head back to Lock 18. Alright, so I finished this section of the trail. It's about 4 miles. I just left Sue, a woman I met along the trail. We had a nice talk together. She's going back home and I'm heading home. So now I have 4 miles to go to Lock 18 again. So I'm not going to film much on the way back, or probably nothing at all unless I see a alien spacecraft or something, because you've seen it all before, and this way I can make good time and maybe do it in an hour or so. So I'll see you back when I get to my car in Lock 18. Well, we got a tugboat coming through, so I'll grab a picture of that. And there she goes. Now back to walking. Okay, I can see Lock 18 in the distance, so we're almost home. I'll be at my car shortly. Alright, made it back to Lock 18. Just gotta walk down to my car there. As I told you, I forgot to bring the pedometer. According to the signs, this whole trail one way would have been about 4 miles. So we'll call it a 8-mile round trip. And I also forgot to set my watch, but right now it's 2:37. I think I got here at 10 a.m. So we'll say 4 hours and 40 minutes by the time I get to my car. That includes picture taking time and, you know, stopping for a drink, an energy bar, and a little trail mix along the way. So that will conclude this walk. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll see you whenever. Take care. Bye. But wait, there's more. No, I'm not talking about another corny but clever Lord of the Rings reference. I'm talking about more trail information I provided you. Here it is.
When?
Where does that lead? It would
would seem you were meant to come to Rivendell.
Miles.
What are we waiting for?